All right. So, hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure there is a lag of about 10 to 15 seconds on LinkedIn and YouTube as we are simulcasting at this point. So, we're going to wait 30 seconds for all of our guests to join in. For this evening, we have a very, very special speaker with us today. This is his first time on the platform, and we are super excited. So let's wait another, say, 30 seconds, and then we will commence with the session. Okay, so I can see that we have some of our guests who are joining us. So let's commence with today's session. So I would like to formally welcome you. Good morning, good day, good evening to everyone who has streamed into this session today. I'm really, really pleased to introduce our speaker for the evening. It is Mr. Sanjay Sisodia. He brings over 18 years of hands on experience in operational excellence, risk management, process transformation, and AI driven automations. He's a Six Sigma black belt. He's a certified lead auditor across multiple ISO standards, including ISO 27001 and ISO 22301. And I believe what's going to make this session more valuable is that he won't just cover theory with you here. He's also going to be sharing practical insights from real projects, real challenges, and real results that he's gotten over the course of his career. So I'm sure today's webinar will be super insightful and highly practical. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Sanjay Sisodia. So, Sanjay, please feel free to take on. The stage is all yours.
Um, Thank you, Gachal. Thanks for arranging the webinar and setting the stage. So I'm really very excited, and when I got this opportunity to partner with Protect Academy, I was really super excited. And the primary reason behind being so excited about this was today AI is everywhere, right? And people are using it without even knowing it. If you ask a college student, maybe suppose he's a student of art stream or commerce stream, that are you using AI? Most of the time the response would come, yes, I use chat GPT, but I don't know much about it. Okay, fair enough. Let's go to another segment of our population, maybe people who are in their late 30s, early 40s. Are you using AI? For example, if she's a homemaker, she will say, no, I don't have anything to do with AI. What AI is going to do in managing the home? But the fact is, she is also using it. Anyone who is connected online today, using any of the platform in one way or other way, they are getting impacted by AI. knowingly or unknowingly. Now, the important thing to understand is if we are using something without knowing it, then we may hit some roadblocks or we may encounter some potholes. So, the best thing that we can do is to understand AI, what AI is. And those who are using AI, for them, it is more important to understand what AI governance is. So, let's move further. Today, the talk of the town in at least in Delhi NCR is the AI summit which is happening, and it is very important because of two reasons. One, this is happening for the first time in the what we call the global south. Earlier, it was happening in the Western countries or Western world or the developed countries. So there are various acronyms that we can use, but for the first time it is happening in the global south or the so-called developing nations. And more importantly, rather than just talking about what are the innovations that are happening, what are the new things that are available, be in terms of hardware, be in terms of software, there is a hell lot of focus on governance as well. So if we talk about governance, so what governance actually means, it is a shared responsibility. So what happens is, let's take an example of a company who is using one of the AI tools, okay, and the company or the institution or the organization who is using that AI tool, they have not created it. They bought it from some vendor, some third party, okay. So then it becomes a shared liability. That means what? The user, if something goes wrong because of that AI tool, and we will cover a couple of examples. I will share a couple of examples where the things have gone wrong and how drastically the things have gone wrong. So suppose I am owning the company and I am using a AI tool provided by XYZ company, and tomorrow we land into a situation where the deliverables that my company was supposed to provide to my clients or my customers, I failed in doing that because of AI tool that I was using. In that case, I cannot say that, oh, I'm not responsible for it because I never made this. XYZ company developed this AI, so it's their responsibility. No, that's not the case. Very simple example. You bought a car, you are driving it on a road, and unfortunately, you met with an accident. So you cannot say that, okay, the car was faulty, there was something wrong with the car, so go and talk to the car manufacturer. I'm not responsible for it. Even though there was some fault in the car, but you will be responsible. And later on, of course, the car manufacturer will also come into the picture. The same thing applies here. I will give you couple of real life examples. One was there one senior executive of a company received an invitation for a video conferencing call, which has become a normal practice these days. People working from different offices, different locations, or different countries coming onto a call, discussing, making some decisions, and they authorized a payment of only 2.8 or 9 million, only 2.8 or 9 million dollars. This executive saw each and every stakeholder available on that call who were part of the approval hierarchy or approval cycle for such a huge transaction, and he processed the transaction. And later on they realized each and every face, each and every voice that this person was hearing was fake. It was a deep fake thing that arranged that entire call, and 28 million was gone. There was another company. They were using a AI tool to scan their candidates before hiring, and what they observed was 85% of the candidates who were either getting recommended for hiring, or were getting screened in, or preliminary were clearing their preliminary screenings. All those candidates were having a name which are normally associated with, sorry for the lack of a better word, I'm using this uh, term, the names which were more associated to so-called white people. Hardly like 10 to 12% of those candidates were getting in, who have a name more associated with so-called colored people. And when this thing was highlighted, they had to pay a huge penalty. Another example, which one of my trainer, when I was doing one of my ISO certification trainings, she shared was that she applied for a credit card with a bank. She was having a very good salary, very good CIBIL score, financials, everything was fine, and she never expected that her credit card application will get rejected, and it got rejected. Fortunately, one of her known was working with the same bank, that too in credit card department, and she reached out to her known person that why my application got rejected. Fine, I'm not getting a credit card is not a problem, but when my credit card application is getting rejected, it um, uh, reflects badly on my financials. So I want to know the reason. Where is the problem? And you know what was the problem? They were using a AI tool to do the application processing, and somewhere somebody mentioned that the addresses which are linked to a particular postal code or zip code or pin code number, that area was marked as negative, and this lady was staying in that area. That's why her application got rejected. So here we have in these cases there were a couple of things. One, in the first case, there was deep fake conference call. The person never took the extra uh, precaution, or never did the extra, never walked the extra mile by reconfirming it or rechecking it. He just trusted on technology, and things went off. In the second case, the problem was there was something called biasness. So how the so see what are AI models? I will just explain it in 30 seconds. AI model is nothing but a well trained person. Simple. How we teach our kids. If I want to teach my kid that okay, this is what apple is, so I will show him like 100 different types of apples, or 100 different photographs of apple. And after that, if anytime anywhere throughout his life, if he will see the apple, or he will see the picture of apple, his mind will simply say that yes, this is an apple. That's how the AI works. So now when you are training, if instead of so today I pick up a kid who is very young, and I start showing him an orange, and showing him the picture of oranges, and telling him this is how apple looks like, this is how apple looks like, then what will happen? His mind will get trained that okay, the actually it's an orange, but I trained him to believe that it's an apple. So that's how the AI works, right? So in the second case, what happened? The person who was training the AI model was having some biasness, and that biasness actually got reflected in the AI model, or the working of the AI model. The third case, the person was having a good financial status, good salary, good CIBIL score, everything was okay. But because of the pin code thing, her application got rejected. Here the human insight was missing, so everything was left on the AI model to take the decisions. So human intervention is again very important. So these are three real life examples which I thought would be apt to explain to you why AI governance, or having a systematic process in place to make sure that we have a strong governance around AI models is needed. When we talk about the AI model, AI governance model that India is using, or India is planning to follow, is it's a lightweight framework. Okay, later on in the session, we will touch base on the rules, regulations which are in place in regard to AI governance in different parts of the world. But for now, let's focus on the um, uh, governance AI governance model which is in place in India. It's a lightweight framework. First of all, the core philosophy is let's not harm while enabling innovation. So in India, there is no dedicated law governing the AI governance. A hefty law is not in place. And as we will progress in the session, we will touch base on how the different sectors can ensure that they are having good governance around their uh, their AI models. So the key organization is Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, which is taking care of this entire AI thing in India. Their role is to uh, provide nation with the digital agenda in terms of cyber security, data protection, and emerging technology. So that's what little bit about this ministry, because we will be referring to their guidelines time and again. So I just wanted to explain that to you. Now, when we talk about the AI governance in India, so it is based on seven principles which are referred as seven sutras. The first one is understandable by design. So remember the uh, third real case scenario that I have shared with you, where people with certain types of names were getting eliminated, right? So here it's very important. The AI model should be so clear that whosoever is using it should be able to understand how it is designed, how it is built, what are the algorithms, or what are the basic principles. Okay, coding part is something different. Here I'm not talking about the coding part. At least conceptually, the people who are using it should be able to understand it. Then trust, which is very important. Even nowadays, whether you are using chat gpt, whether you are using Claude, whether you are using Grok, or there are multiple applications, right? Or AI models. Sorry, not applications. Yeah, AI models. So whenever they are providing you with the result, they are always coming up with a disclaimer that the results may not be correct. Please recheck. Please re-verify. So why? Because the models are still getting trained, and they evolve over a period of time. And if I give you my example, for doing some of my day-to-day tasks, when I've been using a particular AI model for say 15 days, right? On the 16th day, I had to give very minimal inputs, and it gives me exactly what I want, because for last 15 days it is working with me. So you can visualize this as you working with a new colleague. The more time you spend with your colleague, the uh, more closely you work with your colleague, you develop a understanding, right? So the AI models are still getting trained, but whatever training data we have already provided, whatever training we have already provided to the AI model, we that should give us some level of confidence that okay, at least 90% it is correct, or at least 95% it is correct. So there should be a trust. Then safety, very important, resilience and sustainability. Here, by safety, what we mean is when I'm using a AI model, I'm providing some data. Where that data is going? Am I exposing myself? If I'm exposing myself, then I may be in a big problem, right? So the data safety should be my primary concern, or whatever data providing to the AI model should be in safe hands. There should be resilience and sustainability. Then people first approach should be there, and we will cover these things in detail. Accountability, again, very important. As I mentioned, um, uh, even if you are not you have not developed your own AI model, you are not you designed or developed a AI model, you have bought it from someone else, a third party, then also you cannot outsource the accountability. The AI model should be fair. It should not have any kind of biasness on the basis of name, color, whatever, on any basis. Okay. And it should have the concept of equality in it. And we should be focusing on innovation over resistance. These days, I came across many people who are just saying, okay, AI is going to eat the job. No, that's not the case. Trust me. And I can put anything on stake when somebody says that AI is going to eat your job. No, it's not going to happen. Yes, you may lose your job to a person who knows how to use AI. If we go back in history, like say 30 years back, the kind of jobs were there, they are not anymore, right? So now some most of the things are done by computers. So when initially the computers were introduced, or they were becoming part of day-to-day life, day-to-day working, people had the same concept. Okay, I don't want to learn computer. I for last 10 years or 15 years I'm working without computers, I'll survive in future. Sorry, those people were mistaken. They are now out of job. So same is going to be the case with the AI. But let me tell you, maybe most of you must have heard about something called prompting or prompt engineering. So if AI would not have come, this prompt engineering or prompting, these things would not have come up, right? So the jobs of prompt engineers would not have been there. Then we have so many other jobs related, which are coming up because of the AI revolution. And if somebody is saying that okay, AI revolution is coming, it will take couple of uh, years or couple of decades, then sorry my friend, you are mistaken. AI revolution is already there. We are living in AI revolution. So what is the solution? Instead of resisting it, we should collaborate with it, and we should focus on innovation. Then where so these were the principles how to actually implement these problems, these principles or these sutras. First, trust and people first. What is the requirement? Human oversight. Remember the third real case scenario which I have shared with you, where the my trainer's credit card got rejected because of the AI model. Why? Because there was no human intervention. So that's why the human oversight should be there, and especially when we are making high stake decisions. Okay. And AI loan denial, which I spoke to you about, right? Then fairness and accountability. What is the requirement, or how we are going to implement? The value chain, liability, responsibility is shared across developers, deployers, and end users. So it should not be that okay, I have developed it, now I have dumped it in the market, okay, I have deployed it, now my job is done. Let the end user, so end user here basically are the institutions or the organizations who are using the AI models to serve their customers or their clients. So AI must not be discriminative. uh, it should not be doing any discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, color, creed, whatever, whatever. So that's where the fairness and accountability comes into picture. Then understandable by design plus safety requirement, simple. It should not be a black hole. That's what I told you. When I'm using a AI model, I am uploading some data, where my data is going, who is owning that data, where my data is residing. Am I exposing my data to someone who should not have access to it? So that's what the understandable by design and safety means. Then there are six pillars, that is on which this entire AI thing stands. That is infrastructure. Yes, we need the hardware where we will. So again, here this hardware requirements is at two stages. One, when I'm trying to develop a model, right? How I am going to develop a model? I will have to collect humongous amount of data that I will fed into my model. Basis that data I will train. So for storing that data, I need data centers. For training purposes, I again need some high performance devices. So that's where the infrastructure comes into picture. So that is the first step. Now my model is ready to deploy. I have deployed my model. I have launched my AI model in the market. Now my customers, my clients, they will be using it, right? So they will again pouring in their data, processing it. Maybe some of the data they want to retain or store or save for use in future. If something has already been saved, they want to retrieve it. Again, the data centers, which are the backbone, again comes into picture. Then capacity building. Now here, when we say capacity building, it's not about just having huge data centers or meeting our hardware requirement. It also talks about uh, skilling the people. We and This is a big thing which is going to impact each one of us in one or the other way. So we cannot let it go loose. So we need to have regulations, and for that we need to have a skilled workforce. Then policies and regulations. Existing laws like IT Act and DPDP Act, these are already there in place. Sorry, which provides some guidelines or some do's and don'ts. Then we have risk mitigation. This is very, very important. No matter what we are doing in life, and no matter at what scale we are doing at doing that particular thing, but every time we whenever we are doing something, we are exposing ourselves to risk, and all the risks cannot be done away with. There are few risks, we have to live with it. So the what is the best way to do to deal with the risk is having a proper risk mitigation. And there can be like 100 different ways and means by which you can mitigate your risk. And even if I'm not able to which is basically termed as risk treatment. So for that, first we need to identify what are the risks to which we are exposed, and how we are going to safeguard our interest, or how we are going to protect ourselves against those risks. So uh, having sandboxes. So again, the sandboxes are basically some safeguards that we are putting in place, or you can say where we do some testing. of the model that we are going to do. Then safety testing. So if I have a model, how safe it is, can it be breached, the data what I have uploaded or data what the users are uploading, can someone fetch that data from the model. These falls under the safety testing. Then accountability, liability framework. So if something goes wrong, who is liable, who is accountable, that needs to be very clearly defined. Then institutions. So some enforcement bodies are already there, and some more bodies will come up in future as we will progress in this journey. So enforcement bodies, yes, are again very much required. So when we talk about say for example in an institution, okay, how we are going to deal with it. So the first thing is technology and policy expert committee. So their role is to providing technical and strategic expertise to the company or the organization. Then we have I can see some comments, some questions which are coming up. Just not to break the flow, we will take the questions towards the end. I'm sorry about that. Then we talk about AI governance group. So they are basically the policy coordinators across public and private sectors, and uh, it is primarily done by the principal scientific advisor. And then AI Safety Institute, AISI, they are the researchers. They do the risk classification and provide a guidance um, uh, to the users of AI. As I told you that there are different sectors, and each sector have their own regulating bodies. So like RBI, they are dealing with the banking and finance sector. Then we have IRDAI, which is dealing with the insurance sector. Then we have SEBI dealing with the capital market. Then we have ICMR, which is dealing with the healthcare. And nowadays, you must be coming across news that more and more there is very much technology advancement, and AI models are even used in finding the medicines or doing the research as well. So okay, that is fine, but how trustworthy those researches are, that is something where ICMR is looking into. So these are the various sectors. And here, a word of caution for all of you is, don't wait that maybe 1 year down the line or 2 year down the line, the government will come up with a comprehensive AI governance regulation. No, that's not going to happen. Some uh, guidelines or regulations are already there in place, and if you want to be ahead in the game, watch out which is the regulatory body for the line of business in which you are. And as and when they are coming up with any guideline, that is what you need to follow. So rather than waiting for a comprehensive guidelines or a comprehensive act, no, just focus on what suppose if you are in banking and finance, just keep an eye on what RBI has to say. And if you are dealing in capital market, just focus on SEBI, what SEBI has to say on AI governance. That's how you can keep ahead in the game. uh, some of you may be dealing with the clients who are located in different parts of the world. And as we know that if we are having an international business relationship,
Hi, Sanjay. Are you there? I think there's a technical glitch. Hi, guys. I think there is a bit of a technical glitch on Sanjay's end. He will be joining back in just a moment. So, till then, if you have any questions or if you have any thoughts on this interesting topic of AI in enterprise and in workspace and in our personal lives, even, if you have any thoughts on that, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. And Mr. Sanjay will be returning in just a short moment. So I've just received word from Mr. Sanjay. He's coming back in another 30 seconds. So, as I mentioned, until then, please feel free to drop your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And he will be taking on and answering any questions that you may have. Additionally, it'll be a really nice interactive bit as well. So, we're always glad to have you all with us and we'd love to hear from you. So, please feel free to drop your thoughts in the chat box. So, if you're still here and you're working in an organization where you're being asked to use AI more and more in your day to day workflows, so do let us know what that is like. Do let us know if there are any specific rules or regulations that your organization is asking you to follow, or are there any uh, frameworks which are getting implemented in your workplace regarding AI governance. So, we'd love to hear more about that. So once again, got word from Mr. Sisodia. He's coming back in under 1 minute. So while we wait, I am no expert in AI or AI governance, but I think it would be a good moment to kind of emphasize, AI governance as being such a crucial topic. And we're talking about it pretty early on because AI has just started to kind of infiltrate all of the sectors. As Mr. Sisodia mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, it is not just made for the younger generation to play around with, or for people to tell the AI to write an email for them, but it's pervasive everywhere, from your computers to your mobile phones to your Alexas to even your toasters. Probably in the next couple of months are going to be run and managed by AIs, right? So we can see that enterprises are moving like really fast with the AI adoption, and call it a bubble or call it just the space that we are heading in at this point. We've noticed that governance is not just part of compliance anymore. It's about trust and the safety that we build with our client bases, and it's about long-term scalability. As I said, not just staying in the bubble, but just going with the times and learning and adopting as soon as possible. So, taking from that note, at Protect, we've been seeing like a growing demand for organizations wanting to ensure that their AI systems remain responsible, secure, and audit ready. So, we have courses on AI. We've been one of the first to start with ISO 42001. We've been able to run a few successful batches on the same, and we'll be continuing to do that. We're also moving into 42001 framework implementation for different organizations as well. So this whole conversation couldn't be more timely. So I think we have a comment here from Muhammad Shahir, who's writing from LinkedIn. Okay, I'll just put this on the screen. So anybody who has, who'd like to weigh in on this, please feel free to type your thoughts in the comment section. Shahir is saying, as enterprises accelerate AI adoption, how can security leaders integrate AI specific threats such as model poisoning, data exfiltration, and adversarial manipulation into their existing enterprise risk framework? So, without creating parallel governance silos. That's actually a really good point. So, anybody who thinks that they'd like to weigh in on this and add some thoughts, please feel free. I have put the comment slash question on the screen. So I can see in the back end that Mr. Sisodia is here. I think his device is not connected, so he's running like a quick diagnostic. We should be having him back in just a moment. And also, thank you, Shahir, for putting in your question. This is a very, very interesting one, and I'm sure Mr. Sanjay would have a lot to add to this. So thank you once again, guys, who have stuck around through this technical glitch. We are just waiting for our speaker to reconnect. And thank you once again for staying with us. All right, so Mr. Sisodia is back online. Hi, Sanjay. Am I audible?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay. So Gajal, I would request you to present the slides as I'm not able to do it right away.
All right, no worries. I'm just adding the slides. I believe there was some electricity outage or something on your end.
I don't know. Something happened and everything just
Shut down.
I got disconnected. Yeah,
No worries. No worries. We have
I'm really
wonderful
sorry about
participants.
that.
It happens to the best of us. We have some wonderful participants with us today who have stuck around, who have waited. They really enjoyed the session. So I think we will be good to go. The slides are processing and I will be pushing them on the screen in just another 10 seconds. All right. Can you see the slides on the screen?
Yes, yes.
Let me know when to stop.
Yeah. Yes. So one more slide further. So here, what I was telling about US on the global, the previous one. Yeah, this one. So when you are in a business where you are dealing with people across the globe, right? Then you need to understand their uh, rules or regulations related to AI. And as of now, in EU, they have the most comprehensive or very elaborative regulation related to AI, and it in some cases it have very severe penalties as well. If we talk about countries like Singapore, they also have well structured AI governance, but they are not as stringent as the EU ones are. And if we talk about US, there uh, we have more of like executive order kind of things rather than having a dedicated AI regulation. And here we have because we have the session for 1 hour only, and we will not have enough time to cover in detail. But one thing you can your takeaway from this slide is that EU has the most elaborative or well structured AI governance, and that too in some of the cases it has got very serious penalties. So if you are going into entering to European markets, then you should be a bit extra cautious. And being said that, it doesn't take away the fact that if you are dealing with AI in other markets, then you should not be careful. Yes, then also you should be careful. But if when we talk about particularly about European markets, you should be extra cautious. Can we move on to next slide, please? So, what is your action? What you need to do? This slide is self-explanatory, and I'm not going to spend much time on it. I will give you a very practical and simple solution. You can have your entire AI governance with the help of one Excel sheet. Trust me, it can be that simple. So, the first and foremost thing that you need to do is prepare an inventory of all the AI models or AI tools that you are using as of today. And make sure that this is a live document. What I mean by live document is at times when we talk about governance or policy formations, it is a very common practice that when we are doing something new, we are super excited. We go all guns blazing. We prepare a beautiful document. Then we shut it up in a cupboard, or it is lying somewhere in the filing cabinet. That should not be the case. When I say it should be a live document, means you should keep on revisiting it from time to time. If you are, and obviously, I'll elaborate this thing in detail. Then you will understand why it is important to keep this document as a live document. So, one, keep updating it as and when anything new AI tool it find a place on the site. Once you are sure are the users, who, what is the purpose? So basically, who developed it, how it was trained, you should have some because
I think we lost Sanjay's network again. All right, no worries. I think he's facing some serious network challenges. No worries, we will pick this up again, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Thank you so much for staying till this point. That was very, very kind of you. And he will still be taking all the questions. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you for putting in your queries. And he will be responding to all of them in the chat box itself once he's back online. And yep, I believe we will see you in the next session and we will ensure that there aren't any technical glitches. It happens to the best of us, and we're truly grateful that you understand and you provide us with your support. So, thanks everybody for joining us here today. Have a wonderful weekend ahead, and we will see you in the next one.